Hey guys, what's up? All right. Hey, it's Double Deuce back, and today I'm just going over some, I guess, ideas. If you guys want to join in to see what ideas how I come up with a crunch session of ideas. Um, so I was thinking, what could I put this in? What would be perfect? How would it, what build deserves the Aussie V8? It's got to be an epic one because these are epic engines. So I looked at my scratch built frame that I had made here. When I first built this frame, I was going to make a bruiser, a Tamiya bruiser, but in a 5th scale. And I started with the frame, and I had used the RC 4-wheel drive axles under the thing. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. These are their 5th scale Yoda axles, and they're massive, Unfortunately, when I first built this thing, I had put in a weed whacker engine, that I had around, that they power the Baja 5 and, all that stuff. And it smoked the ring and pinion in both of these axles. So I tore them apart. I had to do a little bit of hand machine work in there, and I put the Sen GSTE ring and pinions in them, which are the same as the HBI, Flux XL, all the same size, all the same parts. And I retrofitted the 4-wheel disc brakes onto this, and so it has complete hydraulic 4-wheel disc brakes. I converted it back to electric because I did have a Sen 7.7 big block, one of them little 5-horse gas engines on it, and it was okay. So I put the Sen GSTE center box in the thing, and basically it's a giant spur gear with a 2260 kV Red Cat brushless motor in it, and it runs on two 14.8 or 7.4, so 14.8 volt batteries, and this thing screws. I mean, it takes off like you wouldn't believe. This is the one I had made all the handmade leaf springs for out of a septic snake, and I used the Sen shocks off the GSTE because I have tons of those Sens. I bought them. Dollar Hobbies was like parting them out, and every week I bought drones of parts for those things because at the time they were one of my favorite rigs to go out and bash. And so far all through the years a lot of things have changed, but still. So I was going to make the bruiser, then I decided I was going to make a Jeep because the body would be easier. So I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet, but as far as the body, I would really like to do a 1969 or 67 to 72 Chevy pickup. That would be cool. And I was looking at the V8, and it looks like it's almost perfect for the size of what I got here. If you can see in there, it's it's going to be that's pretty proportionate right there. And I'll have a 4-wheel drive with a nice little quarter scale V8 in it. And I don't know how the axles will hold up, but we'll find out. I know the axles were the Sen ring and pinion, your bevel gears, were set up to hold 5 horsepower. So I do know that. And they have held up very well with the 5-horse engine I had on there, and the brushless. So nothing busted and twisted or anything. So it may hold the Aussie V8 very well. And so that's maybe what I'll do. I know somebody's done a grave digger, back then in the day with the Conley small block. And then they updated it to the Stinger 609. And like I say, a Stinger, I'd love to have a Stinger, but my wallet says no, because I put my pants on and I go to work just like everybody else does. And I try to squeeze a little bit out of my weekly money, and I buy things to do videos for you guys, you know. At the time, years ago, I was a heavy partier, and when I quit partying, I pretty much took all that money I'd normally spend and invested it in my hobby, for you people to enjoy. And like I say, and my hobby has gotten a little radio out of control, but hey, it is what it is, because that's the way I see it. It's, you know, it's good, healthy, clean fun, and I don't have a problem with it. Now, my second pick for this engine here would be right there, that 62 Impala I have. Okay, I've already put that car together, and I'll go show it to you right now and show you what an easy retrofit it would be to put that engine in there. I think it would fit in my 5th scale Impala. It's a little over 5th scale, you know, but I think that V8 would fit in there pretty good. As you can see, I have a die-cast Hawk Hemi in there that I had converted the valve covers and stuff over to make it look like a 409 dual quad, and it's got the smoky ram intake on it. So, like I say, this would, if you look at the size comparison, this is the block, which is a little smaller than the die-cast Hemi in there. But it would be an easy retrofit in here. I could easily put that in there. And if I was probably to put one of these Aussie V8s in the Impala, I would want a supercharger banging out the hood. You know what I'm saying? I already got the radiator and stuff set up in there. You know, basically it would be a simple conversion. I would only have to come up with a gearbox for it. And being that he does make a gearbox for the thing, you know, it's already got the hydraulic four-wheel disc brakes on it, and the interior ain't done, and I've already got half the exhaust on it, so it would be a simple retrofit for the Impala. Okay, so back to this, and like I say, you guys let me know. Like I said in my last video, I was hammered with you know, questions and comments from everybody, so it's going to take me a while to get back, but you know, and you know, you guys that have been stuck with me from the beginning, I always try to look for your usernames to answer your questions and stuff, so don't give up on me. But tell me what you think. You know, it's like, it's a good size engine. From what I understand, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I thought it was around 4 to 5 horsepower. That's quite a bit, you know, and I think the supercharged version is more. I don't know if it's, I heard 9 one time, but I haven't verified any of that. 9 horses is a lot of horsepower. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to what I'm doing here and try to get back on the 69 Camaro build that for my last video. And my next video, I'm going to probably go through and kind of go over a few builds that I have built, because I have had a lot of requests from that. People wanted to see some of my collection, and I'll go over some of the things I have, you know, in a pile. And I still have stuff in boxes I haven't touched in years, and I got my studio downstairs that has you know, many old school cars down there from, like, you know, the 90s, and you know, but that's for an upcoming video. And if you guys would like to see that, you know, hit me up, tell me yes, no, whatever. And but I have a funny feeling you'll want to see it, so it'll happen anyway. So all right guys, any questions, comments, feel free to hit me up. You guys stay safe out there, And hey, the better weather's coming around, and we're going to start enjoying this weather because I've been cooped inside for too long. And I have a few Camaros out back that I would like to take for a ride. My restoration on my 80 Z28, I have not even got it out of second gear yet. And I'd like to enjoy that car a little bit this summer. A lot of hard labor restoring that on the rotisserie. And now that I got some free time, you know, to kind of share between my hobby and that, I think that would be kind of cool. So, all right, you guys have a good one, man. Later.